Hey YouTube, what is up? It's your boy, Pure Nelly, and I'm going to talk about 3 different websites that I use to help identify what are metas, what are not metas, and not have to do all this testing in game. Okay, so to get started, one thing I use to check what is meta and compare stats side by side is I go to truegamedata.com. Here on the main page, you can decide from Cold War data, Warzone data, Modern Warfare data. So today we're going to go through the Warzone data. Click on that link, and here we're able to select different weapons. So we're going to pick AR, and what I like to do is just select the weapons that I usually run. So I'll pick the Ram 7. I leave all this as default. Next step. And then we choose the attachments that we run with the Ram 7. So monolithic, barrel, ranger, optic, VLK, underbarrel, commando, ammo, 50 round. Once you build your loadout, just hit save, add another. So AR, let's go AMAX. Oops. AMAX. Okay. Next, barrel, monolith or muzzle, monolithic, barrel, Zodiac, optic, VLK. Did I miss it here? Okay. Underbarrel, commando, ammo, 45 round. Okay. Save, add another. Now, I'm a big fan of the Krig 6, so I'm going to add the Krig 6 to this. Next step, muzzle, agency suppressor, barrel, ranger, optic, 3 times, underbarrel, Spetsnaz, grip, ammo. Not tested yet. The ammo's, might affect the ADS stats, but that's it. So we can just leave that blank. Save, add another. AR. Let's do the FFAR. Agency, barrel. I use the reinforced heavy because I like a short to medium range with my FFAR. Stock, Raider, underbarrel, field agent, just to help with the recoil control, and Static 50 round. Save, add another. Okay, another gun I've been talking about is the Farah. So let's add this to the list. Farah. Next step, muzzle, agency suppressor, barrel, RPK, no optic, stock, Raider, underbarrel. I use the Spetsnaz grip because it helps with the movement speed grip. Ammo not tested yet, which is fine. Save, add another. Okay. You can add other ones in here if you want. You can add the Grau as a comparison. The XM4 I also think is a very viable weapon right now. But let's do LMG. Let's do the PKM. That's something else that I like to run a lot. Muzzle, monolithic, barrel, extended, optic, VLK, underbarrel is the snatch grip. Ammo, I leave as blank, and laser, I add attack. Okay, save, add another. And SMG, as a comparison, we can add the MAC-10. Next step, muzzle, agency, barrel, I like to use the task force. No optic, stock, Raider, underbarrel. I go with the SFOD speed grip, ammo, 53 round drum. Save, add another. And another meta that a lot of people are using right now is the bullfrog. So we'll add this to the list. Next step, muzzle, GRU suppressor, barrel, task force, underbarrel, speed grip, ammo, 85 round fast mag, stock. We go with the KGB for the sprint to fire time. Okay, now once you have all your weapons laid out, hit save and generate summary. So right now what we want to focus on is the TTK. So if you look here, you can take a look at, the color coordination. So orange is the RAM 7. So here's the RAM 7. Pink is the AMAX. Okay. And what we really want to decide is, long range versus short. So, if I'm looking at what's viable at a long range, I'm usually looking at 60-meter plus. So right here, you can see this is the AMAX. Green, I believe, is the FFAR. And the Krig 6 right here, you can see lined up, kind of at the bottom. Okay, so now we have our comparison chart completed. And, one thing that can make it really easy is if you're just trying to figure out, you know, long range versus, short range, you can click on these and they disappear. So, FFAR, Farah, Mac 10 Bullfrog is just left on here. If you look right here, the Bullfrog wins in this category. Next is the FFAR, and closely behind it is the Farah. So, technically the FFAR does have a faster time to kill than the Farah, but again, the Farah has 60 rounds and has a faster ADS time than the FFAR, and that's why I think it's kind of like the new meta. We can remove these here, the short range, and just have our long ranges here. You can see here that the Krig 6 has the longest time to kill. But one thing that you have to remember is that with the Cold War weapons, you have a lot more movement speed than you do with the modern fair weapons. And the Krig 6 recoil pattern is a lot easier to control. So, if you're an animal with the AMAX, I mean, the AMAX has the fastest time to kill. But if you're looking for something a little bit similar to the Grau, but you can put a scope on it. It's really good at long ranges, and the recoil pattern's really easy to get used to. This is why I think it's one of the new viable weapons. Okay. Now here at tiermaker.com, Pawnee Hop has made a Warzone tier list here. So here, this is kind of where I organize what I think is meta, what's the strongest, what can compete, what's viable, what I don't use. So, AK-47 Cold War, this has been buffed. I haven't really tested yet, but from my knowledge, it's something that can compete. Okay. Viable would be the Modern Warfare AK, AMAX, definitely meta, AN94, not so much. ASVAL, absolutely. ASVAL still has the highest TTK out of every single weapon, so definitely a strong meta. Its only drawback is it's a 30-round mag. Val, Farah, FFAR, I still think is strong and I still think it's viable. Grau, viable. Groza, viable. Kilo, I would say no one should really be using the Kilo anymore. Krig 6, M13. I have a fully loaded M13 class, but it really shoots like peas now. M4 can compete. Odin, wouldn't use it. Recoil's way out of control. RAM, definitely a meta. Scar, no. XM4, I've heard good things of the XM4. I still haven't tested it too much, but I think it can still compete. Bruin can compete. Finn, wouldn't use it. Hoger, wouldn't use it. M16, won't use it. PKM, can compete. RPD, wouldn't suggest. Wouldn't suggest. Stoner, absolutely. Okay. I'm not going to really get into the snipers here. I'm going to skip the snipers here. And now we're talking about the SMGs. So, Bison, I wouldn't suggest. Bullfrog, absolutely a meta. Modern Warfare, AUG, I wouldn't use it. Fennec, definitely can compete. LC10, I would say is viable. Mac 10 can compete. Cold War MP5 would be a meta, in my opinion. Gallo can compete. Street Sweeper. I think the Street Sweeper is a meta. Okay. Rest of these guns I don't really use. So, this is how I would organize what I think is the current meta. Okay, another thing I use is wzrank.com. I'll have all the website links in the description below. But right here, you can see, meta this week, Car 98, AMAX, FFAR, Mac 10, Farah 83. These are the top 5 metas in true in-game stats of what people are using, and then also the KD ratio. So these are what people are having the most success to increase their KD. So AMAX 1.12, AUG 1.23, PPSH 1.11. You can also click on loadouts at the top here, and you can see exactly what people are using. If you click on the actual item, you can see what people are using as their attachments. But right here, I just want to focus on, showing you what people are primarily picking out in their loadouts. So the Car 98 is a very popular sniper. AMAX would be next. FFAR, Mac 10, Farah, Craig 6, Kilo. I can't believe people are still using this. Grau, same thing. Not sure why people are using this. M4A1, still very viable. Bullfrog is increasing in popularity. Here you can see if, the popularity is going up or going down. So M16, this is moving down. FFAR, this is moving down. And then, one thing that you might want to check out too is the KD. So, almost a 1 is, makes it very viable. If you look at the FFAR, it's a 1.04. So people are still slaying with the FFAR. The Farah is at a 0.99. So, I think this number is only going to start to increase throughout the weeks as people get used to it and start building their Farah. If people are finding this as a short to medium range, start building it like a short to medium range AR. I can only see this number starting to increase higher. Like always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, learned something new, please drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and comment down below. What do you think is the new meta? Peace out.